Have a lovely morning to everyone. My dear students, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and studying well into these holidays. Today once again we are come back. We are starting our classes again. Today we are discuss about the living things and non-living things. You all know that unit first and unit second was completed in the previous classes. Chapter first, I love my family. Chapter second, be fighting fit. And chapter 3, work around me. Chapter fourth, sports and games. These four chapters was completed in the previous class. Chapter unit third, plants and animals are going on from today. Chapter fifth is going on from today, living and non-living things. So today we are going to discuss about the living things and non-living things. First of all, you all open the page number 28. Page number 28. Unit 3rd, plants and animals. Chapter 5th, living and non-living things. Okay. And everyone, you need a pencil. So you bring the pencil and read with me. So let's see the difference between the living things and non-living things. What is living things? What is non-living things? Okay. So let us start. First of all, look at the two fish below. Look at the two fish below. A toy rubber fish, a live fish. You see here you see two fish. One that is in tub. This is a toy rubber fish, and another fish is the real fish. So what is the difference between the both fishes, the toy rubber fish and a live fish? Anyone can tell me? Okay. Here, things that are alive are called living things. So what is living things? Things that are alive are called living things. And things that are not alive are called non-living things. Okay. So underline this. This is the definition of living thing. Things that are alive are called living things, and things that are not alive are called non-living things. Okay, this is the definition of living things and this is the definition of non-living things. Thus we can divide all the things around us into two main groups, living things and non-living things. So we see a lot of things around us and we can divide them into two groups. And what's the groups are? Living things and non-living things. You can see a lot of things around us. You can see, yes, plants, house, wood, leaf, water, tank. So there are so many things you can see around us. So but all things are not a living thing. So and not all things are non-living things. So we can divide into two groups, and what's the groups are? Living things and non-living things. And the living things are alive and non-living things are not alive. Okay, so now you can identify what is living things and what is non-living things. Let's see. This division is based on the common features shared by the things and is called classification. So the division is based on the common features. Okay. Classification enables us to understand the features of the things present in our surrounding. So this classification is based on the features. You can see some similarities, you can see some differences. So this classification based on the common features, differences. So we need the classification. Why do we do classification? Why do we need to do classification? Because we can identify, we can observe the similarities and differences. So here, similarities and differences. Food, water and air are the basic need of all living things. Observe this, and you all underline this line. Food, water, and air are the basic need of all living things. So all living things need for food, water, and air. These three things are very important for living things, which is food, water, and air. So living things are alive with the help of food, water, and air. These three main factors for the living things: food, water, and air. Okay, this is the basic need of all living things. All living things breathe air. Plants breathe through tiny pores on their leaves called stomata. So, how the plants breathe? The plants breathe with the help of tiny pores, which is called stomata. You can see the stomata, tiny pores on the surface of leaf. There are small, very tiny pores, small holes, that is called tiny pores, and we can say stomata. So how the plant breathe? Plant breathe through tiny pores on their leaves are called stomata. Fish breathe through gills. So uh, how fish breathe? Fish breathe with the help of gills, through gills. Insect take in air through spiracles, and mammals breathe with the help of lungs. So how human beings, how the mammals breathe? With the help of lungs. We breathe with the help of lungs. Your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, every your family members breathe with the help of lungs. And insects breathe with the help of spiracles. There are